Across Missouri and Illinois have recently been targeted in what appears to be a nationwide bogus invoice scam involving non-existent school supplies. Joining me now is Mike Harrison with the Better Business Bureau. So what can you tell us about this type of scam?
Okay, so what we're seeing are schools and school districts that are receiving bogus invoices for educational materials that they didn't order. And so we're seeing complaints not only here in Missouri, but in at least 25 states across the country. And so the complaints that are coming in is against a company called Scholastic School Supply. And the addresses on those invoices are either in Nevada or New Jersey, and it turns out those are not real addresses, they're mail drops. And so this company is not related in any way to Scholastic Inc., which is
a real company.
That is a real company. And so they're the largest publisher of school kids books in the entire world. And so basically what's happening too, so the invoices come to these schools and they see the Scholastic name, and so some are going ahead and paying those. And it's unfortunate because schools are already on a limited budget and they can't afford to lose resources like that. So all of the invoices are virtually identical in the amount of $647.50, and it's for a shipment of 50 workbooks. And so if a school pays for those and they don't receive the materials, if they try and follow up with this company, they can't get in touch with them. We haven't been able to get in touch with them at BBB, and Scholastic Inc. is aware of this. They've issued a statement, so they know that this is going on, but attorney generals across the country are looking into this and investigating this company.
Okay, and there are other small business scams that we can talk about, like directory listings.
Sure.
That's something that people should be worried about?
Yeah, they're all very similar, but with directory scams, basically what happens is you have these scammers that are calling companies, asking to verify that company's listing in a directory. Of course, there is no listing to begin with, and that directory may not even exist. And so whenever they're making those calls, the person that they're talking to, they don't know that. So the scammers are very persuasive, so they want them to commit to that listing. And once they do, if they do, then they get an invoice. And the people that get that invoice, looks like it's coming from the yellow pages, so they're more likely to go ahead and pay that. However, if they don't, then the scammers kind of step up their game a little bit and pose as a collection agency and start with harassing phone calls, and a lot of times the companies will go ahead and pay just to get them off their back.
Oh, okay. So then we talked about school supplies. Office supplies is something else that can be scammed as well.
Yeah, exactly. Companies need office supplies, and it's very, very similar in the fact that scammers are calling. Whoever answers the phone, they are verifying an existing order, which of course was never placed, and they want that person to confirm that order, and if they do, then they're going to get the same invoices and those threatening calls from the scammers trying to get their money.
Okay, and then websites is something to kind of look out for?
Yeah, that's a little bit different. Okay, so these companies are receiving letters in the mail stating that their web address is getting ready to expire unless they renew their registration. We've also seen ones with trademarks, the same thing. Well, these companies rely on a web presence, and so it's a scare tactic, and so scammers will play on that in the hopes that these companies will go ahead and pay the bill without even questioning that.
Oh, wow, okay. So then what can companies do to protect themselves from this type of fraud?
Well, what companies can do, actually, with this type of fraud is to train their staff. You know, you have a meeting with them, but have it just be an ongoing, continual training. You can have things posted around the office if you need to. Inspect those invoices, so as they come in, make sure that you place that order. If you didn't question that invoice, try and reach out to the company to see if they're legitimate before you pay that. Make sure that you get everything in writing, including exactly what you ordered, how much it costs. And last, if you become a victim of a scam like this, contact us at the BBB here in Columbia. You can contact the Federal Trade Commission, the U.S. Postal Office, since some of these scams do go through the mail, and your Attorney General, because as we stated before, the Attorney Generals can actually take action and do investigations on this particular company.
Okay, and if you want more information or have any questions, you can always contact the Better Business Bureau by calling or emailing them. That information is on your screen right now. And Mike?